Hello everyone, it's Kay here, and I'm here with a design team project for Handy Hippo Crafts. That's www.handyhippo.co.uk. They currently have had a sale to celebrate Her Majesty's 90th birthday, so they are really on their toes and gave a fabulous discount to all their customers. I do hope you manage to get some goodies on the strength of that promotion. Of course, if you belong to the Handy Hippo website, then you would have had your email telling you what it was all about. Now, I received my DT package last week. Saturday. I didn't think I'd be able to action it quite so quickly, but I find that I've been able to do the design team work that was required for the project sent, and I'm actually here introducing some brand new products to Handy Hippo. I'd like to say, as always, they have chosen reputable companies to sell the goods of. They have opted for quality rather than some of the cheaper online stores, and they've still managed to keep their prices very, very reasonable. So I'd like to introduce the new canvases that they currently have in stock, and this is the Artist Line canvas. I won't take the wrapping off this because in a little while I'll explain. I might have to send this back to Handy, but I don't know yet. But you'll see it's got the usual wood structure frame on the back. It's been folded over. All the lines and everything are very, very neat, and there is no way that that canvas is going to stretch in use or alter whatever you decide to put upon it. And then I received some things from a really funny, it's a fun named company called Dutch Doobadoo, and it really is a lovely name. I love that name, Dutch Doobadoo. The craft brand with no limits is its claim to fame. And I received this rather lovely stencil. Now, I have used it. I'm delighted to say it works beautifully, even though it's quite large, and this time I have used the whole of the stencil on the project. It kept its place perfectly. It allowed me to put all my mediums through it, and just what you see here, the shape of the pattern, is what occurred on the canvas. And the second Dutch Doobadoo project is this, what are they calling it? It's primarily a cutout scenario that you can use on your cards, on mixed media projects, and they're all built up on this skeleton card frame. They are quite thin. I think possibly if you wanted to raise them up on a project, you'd either have to put a backing on them or buy 2 packs and perhaps glue them together. But you do have 2 of everything on each of the little plates. There are several themes to them, as there are with the Doobadoo stencil, so it's worth checking it out and having a look. The prices are really, really good, absolutely good. I also received this metallic gilding wax from Creative Expressions. Now, this you are supposed to moisten, if you've not come across it before, and then apply it to your work with a cloth. I did try it with a blending brush. Sadly, it didn't quite come to what I hoped, so I then had to water it down a little bit more and use some other techniques to blend and get the most out of the paste. It smells really, really waxy. When I opened the pot, it reminded me of wax polish, so it's good stuff. I put the lid back on there. It's a tiny little pot, but as anybody who uses these gilding waxes knows, a little bit goes on and on and on forever. I also received a collage brush from Tim Holtz. Now he's obviously recommending that you use it to glue, to prime surfaces and that kind of thing, but I actually did use it for my paints and my various bits and pieces that I've put on the collage, and it does spread beautifully. It does blend beautifully. It's got a really, if I take it out of the packaging, excuse the rustle, you can see it's got a sculpted edge on it. It's not as thick all the way through. It lends itself to quite fine application on the tip, or you can bulk it up if you need to like that and stipple with it. Primarily it is a key tool for blending different mediums to get the right texture or the right colour that you want to use within your project. It's a nice little tool there, so I shall be using that one again, I'm sure. The other thing I used when I raided my previous DT stash from Handy Hippo were these little wooden embellishments. There are several different sets on the site, very reasonably priced, and then of course when you've used them all, you could use this as a little decorative station for another project, or use it for gems or whatever else you fancied. It's a lovely little container, and I went back again to my Lindy's sprays, Lindy's Stamp Gang. This is the Paralysed set that I received last year, and because they've been stored properly, by that I mean they've not been allowed to clog up the nozzle end of the bottles. They've been stored upright so that the shimmer stuff actually nestles on the bottom, and then when you give it a jolly good shake, what you find is the colours come out supremely. So those, I used all of those because I was a bit random, and I thought, well, I want the colours to represent a certain time of year, which I hope I've achieved. And now I'll show you the canvas that I made. I had hoped to explain about the second canvas. I'd said to Handy Hippo that I would do a canvas to show, and then I would try and do a process video, but we don't have speed up on the video camera, and we don't have pause so that we can restart, so I can cut it and keep the length of the video short. So apologies for that, Handy Hippo. I will, if you would like, do another canvas, but this is the canvas that I have done. I'll just move these things forward and out of the way, and I will use the other canvas behind it to give it a bit of height on that one. I think what I've tried to do is get nature at her best, I'm hoping. I've used the stencil, as you can see at the back, with the Viva modelling paste, which is absolutely beautiful. This is the Paralysed one. I haven't got it out with me. I put it away. I should have kept it out. Here are all the little doodads from the pack that I told you about. I've used the Lindy's Stamp Gang sprays to get this autumnal with the hint of the blue and the pinks. I have robbed a few little flowers from my stash, and this little heart plaque with Love Nature on it, and then I just used this ordinary trim. I think they call it Chinese trim, and I've just put that all the way around the frame, and it will actually hang from that point, which is great. You don't have to worry about putting hooks or anything in the back of the canvas. The flowers here are wild orchid. Once I'd got all my colours where I wanted them to be, used the light golden paste. I then added some more doodads and gave it a fine spray with a glitter, just to give it that pretty effect. And when the light is different, that glitter does show up. A little lace butterfly here, some more leaf trim here, and all the rest is pure embellishment. So, you know, that is from that one little Dutch doobadoo cutout. And clearly, if you wanted to put more on the canvas, you surely could. To people that are thinking, oh, I've never done a canvas, please have a go. It's not about getting it right or getting it wrong. It's all about what you see in your head when you get things together. If you don't like something, the golden rule with multimedia projects is that you cover it with something that you do like. So, you know, I hope this adds a little bit of inspiration, and for those that are a bit worrisome about doing a mixed media project, please again have a go. You've got nothing to lose. You can always cover everything all over again if you wanted to and start from scratch. There are some schools of thought that say the more layers, the more things that shine through, the more detail that comes through, and each time you look at a canvas you can always find something else to grab your attention. So hop along to Handy Hippo Crafts, have a look see at all their wonderful new stock, and just have a little buy. They're always having discounted items. They have an ongoing clearance sale, and even that sometimes is promoted doubly by adding another 10 or 15% to the prices to be removed at the till. So I hope, as I say, this has been helpful, that you found it interesting. Thank you for sharing the time with me. Take care for now. Bye bye. Happy Christmas.